Hi there, Nathan here, as well as Todd. Today we're talking about a very common security awareness topic, and that is passwords. We got a few tips for you.
Well, and there's not that many ways that a password can be compromised,
right.
But they're serious. And so we like to talk about the main ways that they can be taken. The first is that you have a weak password or a really commonly used one, and you're not paying attention to how easy it is to crack or guess. The second thing is that if you're trying to have really strong passwords, they get longer and more complex. If you get a really good one, you like this one, maybe you just use it everywhere that you have a password. And if one gets compromised, all of them fall down. And so then people have a login to everything. And so the need to have complex passwords, the need to have good, strong ones, means that they're impossible to memorize. And that then leads to much bigger problems. And
which is what I have here. The Internet Password Logbook by Piccadilly, only $5.98. What it has here is page after page where you can put the website address, the username, the password, and any other notes such as your credit card information or the expiry date or what card you're using on that retail site. Anyway, don't use those, because if you fill this out, then you're just giving it away.
Well, yeah, and that's the point, is that when people have to have more complex passwords, they fall into the trap like this.
Right.
And so there are ways to create complex passwords and use different ones on every site. There are tools that we recommend even that are encrypted, that let you use them across different devices. But don't fall into the trap of writing it down, because the third way that you can compromise your password is just by giving it away.
Right. And so you might not be silly enough, let's say, to write it all in a book. However, you see it happening all the time. A friend of mine, MJ Shore, he just wrote a blog about this where he was shopping over the weekend, and right there on the cash register was a Post-it note that had username and password. And I know it's cliche, but the password was password, but with $2 signs. And he brought it up to the cashier and said, "Hey there, I work in technology, and you having that out there is pretty dangerous for you." And she just responded, kind of brushed him off and said, "Well, we have somebody who's new and she doesn't have the username and password memorized yet. So it's just there for her. No big deal." But he's, bringing up the topic. Well, it's not just for her. Any bad guy, anybody who wants to get in can then just take it.
Well, and also hire cashiers who can memorize the word password with $2 signs.
Yes.
But that's exactly right. That's the whole idea here, is that you have to make it a part of your culture that you make good passwords, and people know that it's a bad idea to write them down.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us.